Hello, my name is Peyton Murphy. I'm studying marketing, hoping to graduate by December. My topic for this week was on marketing libraries using the 4 C's. I would like to focus in on how libraries have been affected by the digital age and how they continue to grow to fit their communities. Thank you all for listening, and let's get started. Keeping libraries relevant has become a big issue. A lot of people consider them stuffy buildings with books just lying around. This has especially become true in the digital age. Now that people can access any information they need on their phones or laptops, there is little need to go to the library to learn something. With the changing technology, physical books have become less and less prevalent. Therefore, libraries have begun to change their image. They are adding more technology for consumer use, along with changing the physical buildings to better fit their consumers. Libraries are trying to keep up with the world around them while also keeping their intended purposes as learning hubs. I wanted to use these images to kind of show the perception of libraries. On one side, we have the shelf stuffed with books, which seems to be the perception that many people have of libraries. They see them as just a room full of bookshelves stuffed to the brim. On the other side is a library that was recently built. As you can see, it has a very modern feel and is very bright and open. The goal is to have a more open and community-based building that people will want to spend time in. Well, which image fits your perception of a library? Does your local library look like it has been renovated yet? The first part of marketing that we are going to look at is content marketing and how it is changing. One thing that libraries are changing is their digital interface. A lot of libraries are including digital libraries that include archives and other content that can be checked out digitally. Another big change is the amount of community events. There are many resourceful events such as resume building and financial classes. I pulled up the Chattahoochee Valley Library System, my personal library, to see some of their events. These include coffee and conversations, chess at the library, and many more. One of my favorite events is when they partner with one of the local animal shelters. The shelter will bring in several dogs, and you can go in to read to the dogs in one of the designated reading rooms. Another thing that continues to be incorporated is movies and music. You can check out CDs and DVDs at the local library. With the change in technology, a lot of this is also being uploaded into the digital library. With all of this being said, libraries continue to have many shelves of books. This will probably never change. However, it is definitely different today than it was years ago. The next item we need to discuss is conduit. Conduit is the method in which the product is reaching the consumer. This can be through a book, a computer screen, a live event, and so much more. Conduit for libraries can have different formats. More and more, the conduit is a computer screen. This is because of online library systems. It is necessary to have some version of online system in order to keep up with the digital age. Another version of conduit is the physical library building. These buildings are becoming more and more modern with renovations. They now include kid and teen spaces and outdoor learning centers. They are also more of an open floor plan that feels more welcoming and spacious. This helps to build a sense of community within the building. Another thing that is frequently being added is conference rooms and game rooms. By changing the building, libraries are welcoming more and more people into their building. Consumption is how the product is actually used. This can be in a number of ways for libraries. These buildings host a lot of family events where families will come for story time or reading with dogs or come to the learning center. Spending time with family and getting out of the house is a great form of consumption. Another form of consumption is through reading nooks. For the people that enjoy sitting down and reading a good book in peace, a lot of libraries have quiet and cozy reading nooks they can sit in. A lot of library content is also consumed at home, whether it be sitting down with the family to watch a rented DVD or finding a comfy chair to read your new book in. Another form of consumption that people do not always consider is research projects. A lot of students can rent out a conference room and work on a group or individual research project in the library. This allows them to have a space to work and gives them a lot of resources right at their fingertips. There are many different ways to consume library content. Lastly, convergence is the use of technology to reach an audience. As libraries have changed, this has continued to happen for the industry. A big version of convergence is when libraries decided to start uploading content onto an interface to create digital libraries and archives. These digital spaces are used for entertainment and research. A lot of students and scholars use these digital libraries for research projects and class work. Another big improvement that has happened in recent years is the use of laptop kiosks. Laptops Anytime is a company that really started using this. They design kiosks in libraries where people can check out laptops to take home and use for a short period of time. This allows more people to access the content. It is also an easy way for libraries to keep track of who takes out a laptop and when without too much labor from the librarians. To put it all together, I would like to discuss how the changes in the library market have changed the marketing strategies. There is a lot more event promotion going on. Events such as resume building and story time for kids are important to the community. As libraries continue to host events to get people into the building, they continue to promote these events through social media, posters, and word of mouth. They are also attempting to promote community engagement. The more involved the community is, the more established the library becomes. Another thing that I have seen a lot through my research is local partnerships. As I had stated earlier, my local library partners with local animal shelters for some of their events. Another partnership I have seen is with 4-H programs. A lot of libraries also have social media now. They market their events, show what is going on currently, and give any updates on how the library is doing. Different marketing strategies can show off the 4 C's that we have established earlier. In conclusion, the libraries that many of us used to know are being changed. They have gone from stuffy places full of books to big community outreach hubs. There are more and more events happening, more technology being used, and renovations completed. There is more of a focus on teens and children through new learning centers and designated areas for them. There is also a sense of community being built through the different community spaces and events happening. Some libraries even have game rooms set up for adults and children. While libraries may be considered old and stuffy, they are changing into something more community-based and rebranding themselves. Here is a list of references that I used for some of my pictures and also just some of my statements that I used.